Greetings, assalamu alaikum, ahlan, welcome. Um, you all are here with me. I'm here to plead once again for the campaign of my friend. Uh, let's see, share. Where am I sharing to? Okay. Um, okay. All right. Hey, assalamu alaikum. Thank you all so much for joining. Greetings and good morning for those of you on the East Coast. Um, so while today I'm in the process of making some sauerkraut. So while I'm doing that, I wanted to share with you all about this campaign that I'm a part of. Um, so you'll see me looking away. I'm on my StreamYard, which is going to be on my Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, uh, as well as on, for those of you that are watching here. So this camera will be TikTok. So the reason I am on here is because, as I have put in the description, we have 2 days left, today and tomorrow, before my friend's campaign ends. And I just wanted to take the time to inform you about the campaign. You can also click it. It takes you to a video as well as the GoFundMe account. So I want to ask, if you don't mind, before I get into that, if you can share this campaign with others, have ping or invite others of your friends to join, so I don't have to keep repeating myself. That's the only reason. And to spread awareness of what I'm going to share this morning, inshallah. So to start, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, As-salatu Wassalamu ala Rasulullah. My name is Radia Hutchin, and the page that I'm on my TikTok, I have a few accounts, so I would love it if you support the other ones as well. For those of you who are new to me, I am very passionate about this campaign, and I know the power of TikTok. I know the power of social media, and so that's why I'm here. We only have 2 days left to raise, actually it's 25K, 2510. I looked at the GoFundMe just before I came live, and it's still, unfortunately, at $990 when we actually need $26,000. And I believe with the power of social media and the will of God, Allah's permission, that it can be done. For each of you who are here and you share it with others, we can do this. I truly believe that between today and tomorrow, we can raise the money if you all so see fit to incline your hearts towards this campaign. So why I'm so passionate about this is because this could be my daughter. This could be my child, not just my daughter, but my son. I had Allah, has blessed me with both. So it could be any of my children. So, in Islam, we are to want for our brother and sister what we want for ourselves. So, my friend's daughter, she's only 12, and she has been kidnapped by her father. She has been kidnapped by her father from the mother, all because she wanted to end the relationship they had. She wanted to be able to practice, Islam, and to get back at her. And because of the position that he and his family have with law enforcement, they were able to do that. They were able to do that because, I'm saying kidnap. This is not something alleged. And you all are saying, okay, well, this is the father. And, many of us, we have the understanding that in the case of a divorce, the children go with the father. There's some things that have to be in place in order for that to be permissible. And I won't get into that right now. I'm not an island. I'm not a sheikh, so I won't get into that. I just want to get to the crux of the campaign and why we need your help. So this may involve child trafficking, sex trafficking. And, this is what we have found out that this family has attached themselves to. This is how and why it was possible for the father, through law enforcement, to have law enforcement take the child from the mother so that the father could have her. So the father is supposed to protect. He's supposed to protect. We know this, right? Maintain and protect. Well, in this case, that's not what he's doing. If anything, he's bringing her more harm. Why? And we have documented proof of this. She has been examined by a doctor. And the doctor has specifically stated that not only is she being physically assaulted, but sexually as well. So this is why it's urgent that we raise this money so that we can pay whom we need to pay, so that we can get this case before the Supreme Court. This is, yes, we're trying to go for the Supreme Court. That's what you have to do. When a family is that deeply involved with law enforcement, you have to go as far as you can above them in order to get justice. Aside from, first beseeching your Lord and making dua. We know dua from Islam, prayer is the weapon of the believer, the one who believes in Allah and the last day. And so that is really what this case is about. I want to ask if you all would please donate to this campaign, share this campaign, grab the link, because as you know, with going live, everything doesn't stay. The comments will go, the links will go. Please copy the link, paste it, and donate. Please donate and share this campaign with others. So I'm here also to answer any questions that any of you may have as it relates to this. Any questions that you may have. And everything I'm telling you is public record. So this isn't anything fabricated. I don't know, what's with the people, why they won't give. It's been at $990 for quite some time. Before that, it was in the 800s. So people, give towards what they want, what they deem important to them, or spend in a way that is important to them. And we know it's unfortunate that a Black American child is the least cared about. So much so we know that there is it's active. There's people around the world are realizing the value of the melanated skin, the female in particular. And so many of us are missing. Girls and women are missing. There's an open Black market for organs. And so, no one cares enough about us to do anything about it. And, proof of this, there's a video I ran across where a Black woman was in Thailand. And I don't know what was talked about prior, but she just made sure that she heard that, we could hear a woman from Thailand admit that they could get $100 million for a Black woman because of all of the organs, the skin, the melanin. We are valued at 100 million. This is why we go missing. And, the care and or lack thereof of the Black woman is such that, this will continue to happen. We're the most envied as a race, as a group of people, and yet the least cared about and disrespected. So, we as Muslims, we are to enjoin good and forbid evil. And so this is one way in which, the best way I know how, if it were not for TikTok, for Allah inspiring my son, in my own case, our own case, we would not be where we are right now. So this is how I know how social media works. People who realize that you're telling the truth, that you can prove everything that you say, that you are who you are, and you have a paper trail of your character and the work that you do, not just for yourself, but for the whole community, both Muslim and non-Muslim. They give, and many are compelled to give because it makes them feel good. Some people are guilty, maybe how they've gone about getting their money, and they're looking for a way to get rid of it, to try to get rid of that sin or that guilt. And so we know from Islam, I'm sharing this for those of you who don't know whether you're Muslim or not, that you can use tawassul. It is called tawassul. What is that? I can't describe it in terms of a word, so I'm going to explain what it is. So perhaps you have a need or a want. You've been asking for something. You've been asking Allah, the Creator, who created everything and everyone, in between the heavens and the earth, right? And for whatever reason, He hasn't answered your dua yet. Trust me, He's heard you. But for whatever reason, He's withholding answering that dua for you, that prayer, for whatever it is in His infinite wisdom. And so one way that you can speed up that process, or to ensure, a way of getting your prayer answered, is through this act of tawassul. What is that? So you give, in this case, we're asking for money. You give money to this cause to help someone else for His pleasure, not for anything else, expecting reward from any human, but reward from your Lord. In this case, Him answering your prayer, your dua, whatever it is. You need money for rent. You need money to escape a bad situation. You need employment. You need a car. Whatever your need is. Or perhaps you have money and you don't have any needs, but there are things that you want or want to do. So you can take from what Allah gave you, because you didn't create this money yourself. You didn't create this income yourself. It is from your Lord, a gift, a mercy from your Lord. So with that, you can take what He has given you to give to this cause, and in your prayer, you can now change that. Now, in my video on the campaign, I go through this as well. Using the proper attribute of Allah, using the proper name of Allah. We as Muslims, we believe He has more than one name. The main name we use is Allah, but he has many names, many attributes. And so whatever is applicable, if it is money that you need, Ar-Razaq would be the appropriate attribute of Allah to call upon in this case. Perhaps you're ill and you need healing. You might have cancer. You might have diabetes. You might have high blood pressure, right? Any of these illnesses, or dis-ease as we call it in the healing profession, right? So in that case, if you need healing, that attribute would be Al-Jabbar. Many of you all know that name. How? Because if you like basketball, and if you know anything about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his name is derived from that. So Al-Jabbar. Yeah, Al-Jabbar, I have given this money to this campaign, to this family. I'm sorry, I don't know you, so I'm not going to accept you coming on my live. I'm so sorry. You could have a whole nother agenda, so I can't. Only if I know you will I allow you to come to join me on live. But anyway, so you take that attribute of Allah, you say, Ya Al-Jabbar, I've given to this family in their time of need for your pleasure, seeking reward from you. I need, or I would like to be healed from cancer. I would like to be healed from diabetes. I would like a new car. I need a new car. Well, we're talking about healing right now. So Al-Jabbar, for any sickness, a cure from that. Al-Razaq, if you need increase in finance and provision. Those are just some examples. So, you would use that. Of course, you're glorifying Allah, sending him his praise. You are sending salawat upon his prophet, alayhi salatu wasalam. Peace be upon Muhammad, the last servant and messenger of Allah. And then, again, you begin with yourself, whatever that dua is. You start with yourself. Why? Because Allah says in Surah 6, Ayah 6, Surah 6, Ayah 6, At-Tahrim, that we are to save ourselves, then our families, from a fire whose fuel is men and stones. Okay? So, again, you might need to escape from a relationship, or you need to get over someone you lost, either in death or divorce or whatever the case may be. Perhaps you lost your business, anything like that. Whatever the need is, I look up Allah's names and attributes. It'll give you the Arabic and English, and you will find which one is most appropriate for your situation. And you can even get it broken down even further. Once you've identified which one it is, you then take that and Google it again. You shake Google. We all use Google. And, find out even further what it really means. Because we know, for those of us that know anything about Arabic, that for one word, you could find 25 to 50 other words and or explanations to explain that one word. So that's a better way for you to understand what that name and or attribute is or means. And then you close with the same way you opened, glorifying, sending salawat, peace, to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. Or you could even say, in the case of Dhul Nun, when I think about it, I can't say it, but let me see if I can think of it to say it properly. Subhanaka Allahumma Subhanaka, لا إله إلا أنت لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك أني كنت من الظالمين. So if you want to look up the story, this is when the story about the whale, the prophet that was swallowed by the whale. And in order to be released from the whale, this particular prophet, I don't want to say which one. My memory is a little shoddy right now. I believe it's not Ayub. Is it Ayub? Eunice. Jonah. Yeah. He had to acknowledge his wrongdoing to Allah and feel bad about the wrongdoing that he had done, acknowledging that and saying, "Oh Allah, I was wrong. Forgive me." And upon the way that we know that Allah accepted, his repentance is because he had the whale to spit him out. The same way in which he allowed the whale to get him in his mouth or its mouth. After acknowledging and Allah accepting this prayer, he was then spit back out. So in the case of, again, going back to those who may be sick, we know this is one way. Giving sadaqah is a way in which you can purify your illness, your life. And so again, ask Allah to help you with whatever your need is, finding out what attribute, what appropriate name is applicable to your situation, and asking Allah to answer your dua based on that. You don't want to do this for any reason other than to for the reward from Him. We're human, and lots of times we want accolades, we want acknowledgement. We think by going live with whatever it is that we're doing, it may feel good, and you want to share that with someone, but perhaps there's somebody out there that doesn't know this or feel the same way, and they may have jealousy or they don't want good for you, and it turns into something different altogether. And it also could be for the person who likes to be seen of people, that, oh, look, I just donated $1,000 to this cause. No, we're not doing that to gain followers. We're doing this seeking reward only from Allah. So this is what I ask, that you all share this with those whom you know that can give. And even for those who can't give, you can always make dua. We again, those of us that are Muslim, we know that the dua is the weapon. In this case, a little girl being harmed by her own father and or others, she needs protection. She needs protection. She needs not to be harmed anymore. You will see from the video that Allah blessed me to put together proof that she is being harmed physically, at least. But again, we do have documentation from doctors that stated physical assault as well as sexual. So that's what I wanted to come here and share with you all. I'm still new and trying to figure out TikTok. And I was trying to see, and I think I won't know until the end, how many people this reached. And alhamdulillah, we kind of figured out a way to kind of keep the live. It's not the full live, but it's a portion of it. And I'll be back again tomorrow, inshallah, to see if I can get any new people who don't know about me, or this campaign to contribute to the campaign, because we only have today and tomorrow. We only have today and tomorrow. So please click that link, donate, share it. If any of y'all, while I'm here with you, have any questions, I will answer to the best of my ability, inshallah. But we need 25K plus $10. Before I went live, unfortunately, it was only at $990. And I know we can do better than that. I don't know why, hearing such a story, no one would be willing to give. But I will say this too. If I, I hate to have to go there with what I'm getting ready to say. But for those of you who have been listening to me from the beginning, or that will go and look at the campaign that I'm talking about, and you don't give, you're going to be questioned. I promise you, you will be questioned. If not harm come to you, or tested in a similar manner, or worse, or just tested. Why? Because you chose to ignore this plea, this request. You've turned a blind eye. Because how do I know that this is true? Because now we're going into Iman. Iman is what? First, we're commanded to enjoin good and forbid evil. Like I said, I can provide you with proof. Unfortunately, I've had to blot out or blur the images for the protection of this child. Because anytime the family that is, the father's family gets wind of anything being done to try to correct this situation, they harm her. They physically attack her. And I will say, alhamdulillah, even though this is happening, the mother and daughter, as long as she can, this is wild, as long as she can pay for visits, because she was allowed to get visits, excuse me, to see her. As long as she can pay to have these visits with the daughter, they get to see each other every week. And each week there's new revelation. I will say that through all of this, and you can only imagine if you're trying to survive, your body is going into shock. It's doing things that it wouldn't ordinarily do. And so we believe she has multiple personalities. She has dual personalities. We don't know the names of each of them. How do we know this? Because when the mother and daughter see each other, one or two presents themselves to her. So, and we as Muslims, we know that this is, an act of the unseen. And so, so there's that. What else can I share with you all? Oh, back to the punishment. We know that we are to enjoin good and forbid evil. And as it relates to Iman, faith, if we can't or aren't able to do something physically, firstly, we are charged to do something physically with our hands to change that evil. But if we cannot or choose not to, we can say something. We can say something. I'm sorry. I can't invite you on. I don't know who you are, and you may have an agenda of your own. So I'm sorry, I'm going to decline anybody that I don't recognize. I'm going to decline you joining me on this live. So we are to firstly change this munkar with our hand. If we're not, if we're able to say something, we have to speak on it or about it. What else? If we're unable or prefer not to, or are afraid to do that, then we are to feel bad in our heart. But yet, this is the weakest of Iman. It is the weakest. So, the way to remedy that, so that you are not tested or harmed or questioned on the day of Yom Kippur, the day of resurrection, about this, is to make dua. Is to make dua that Allah bring justice, Allah grant justice to this child and the family of this child, to return her to her mother. And we already know once all this is said and done, because we need to go to the level of the Supreme Court, that they will have to have new identities and to move elsewhere. And I can already tell you, for those of you who haven't heard me say this before, this is so big. I would say this is probably bigger than some of you may know. I didn't look up the name of the movie, so forgive me. But Allah blessed me to be in the audience of a man who his story is now a movie that just was released this year, where Allah enabled him to take it upon himself in the position that Allah gave him to rescue children who were products of sex trafficking in Miami. It was in Miami that this took place, right? And so him with those, who felt the same and wanting to bring down the government, because they did have a hand in it, be it state or federal. But I was in the audience when it was just something that was done. It wasn't a movie. It hadn't become a movie yet. But why am I mentioning that? Because you're hearing this from me. You're hearing this from me, and trust and believe this is going to be in a movie. This is, if not a book and a movie, it will be one of the two, or both. How do I know this? Because it's that big. There's 2 states involved, Georgia and Texas, because the child was originally in Georgia with the mother. So she was removed by the local authorities here in Georgia and taken to Texas, where she is now. So the mother uprooted from here to move to Texas so that she would be able to see her daughter, until, Allah brought them back together. So, again, I pray Allah that once I have finished this live with you all, that when I go check this story, the GoFundMe, that we are closer to our goal of 25K. I put 25K, but it's 25K and $10. Because like I said before I came live, I saw it was at $990. So, but we need more. Today and tomorrow are the last days for the campaign. And, if we don't make it, make that financial goal, I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly do not know what's going to happen. So, if you all have any questions, and I do want to thank you all for being here. But if you have any questions, like I said, I'm willing to answer them the best of my ability. And I know today is Yom Jum'ah. This is the day in which, we are at the best day, the best day of all days. For those of us that are Muslims, especially the men, you all are obligated to attend Jumu'ah. And in fact, I need to hurry up and finish what I'm doing so that I can get my men folk up and so they can get themselves ready for Jumu'ah, inshallah. But while I'm here, if you have any questions, please ask. I don't know how I can see any questions between YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I don't know. But if you have them, I guess I just type them and then I can go back and answer them. Let me see. I hope this doesn't do anything to end the live. No, I don't see anything, so alhamdulillah. And I don't see anything here. I don't know how to check the comments here. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see any comments. So again, I don't know how many of you all are here or that will see it later, because I will have this and keep this for my live. And I'll probably be back again later to talk about an event that is taking place tomorrow, that for those of you who are in Georgia or close to Georgia that would be willing to come, that you all can come here, especially if you want to learn about trade or position yourself to learn about investing. And this, of course, would be halal investing, inshallah. That just means permissible. So, and it's public. So all you have to do is just be here and willing to attend our event, inshallah. So, and any guests that I have, you let me know that, you heard about this from me. For any of you all that feel inclined towards what we're doing, I am giving a cash giveaway for those who qualify. You have to qualify. So, that's it for me. I don't see, again, any questions, inshallah. Yeah, for TikTok, you don't know, I'm live on another stream too, 3 other streams. I'm just trying to take advantage of everything that Allah gave me that I have access to. Again, I will be on here tomorrow, again, talking about this case, this cause, this campaign. So maybe some of you might need to make istikhara. That's another special dua, salah/dua that you would need to make, about whether to give. Maybe, like I said, you have your own situation that you're dealing with. You might have some upcoming bills, but we know when you truly give for the pleasure of Allah, it's not wasted, and that He can double, if not triple, the money that you give, for a worthy cause. Okay. So there's that. I do see more and more people are joining the longer I stay, but I do need to prepare my menfolk for Jumu'ah. So I need to get off here. If you all need to message me after this, and you didn't want your question to be seen by others, that's fine. Please do. If you haven't followed me, I would love to follow. And of course, please share this, because this isn't about me. It's about this daughter, my friend's daughter. If you truly want for your sister or brother what you want for yourself, then you will give, make dua, and or share this campaign. You will do one of the 3. Whatever, you can handle of those 3 things. We would love for you to give and make dua. Do all 3 and share. That being the most effective, seeing as though we have today and tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, to get this campaign to $26,000, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. If it goes beyond that, great. That would be even better, because sometimes there's some unforeseen costs. So, alrighty. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Ameen. Be resilient, inshallah, as I always say. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Clubhouse, you can follow me there. Allah has blessed me with 2 houses, Taking Care of 5 Before 5, and Muslim Storytellers. If you have a story that you would love to tell, or you're a great storyteller, we would love to have you. We've had birth stories, stories of conversions or reversions, whatever word you want to use, birth stories. We've had stories of hijrah or living in certain countries. I again, Hajj and Umrah stories, anything that, you can tell a good story about, a journey to the Quran, any story, any good story, especially if it's true. Or you can make it true by coming, us living vicariously through your Allah, inspiring the words that you have to share this story. So reach out to me for that if you're interested in that, or know good storytellers that would be willing to come. I have no money. I have no money for this. This is, free. It will be recorded. I do use whatever, unless somebody actually requests it not be recorded. Otherwise, I do record all of my rooms, so that others who couldn't be there at that date or time, they can listen to it. So we have two really good conversations coming up in between the two houses. The first one would be on Sunday for those who may have been victims or parents of children who were victims of cultish behavior as it relates to practicing Islam, in terms of harsh or strictness. A room devoted to hearing these stories and the end result being to bring about healing or start the process of healing. Inshallah, bi'idhnillah. So that's Sunday. Then on Wednesday, for those of you who have children, this could be Muslim and non-Muslim, and in any room that I have, it's open to non-Muslims as well. So Wednesday's room will be author Khadija Ford, who will be telling her story, several stories from being a caseworker working in the federal prison system. So if you're having issues with your young folk, or you yourself are having an issue with the pulls, the peer pressure, the pressure that you feel you're under with regards to needing to make quick or fast money, you need to be in that room, or you need to send people to that room. So both rooms will start, inshallah, at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you're welcome to those. And, and I have other things on the calendar as well. You're welcome to those. All you have to do is RSVP, put a reminder inside of your phone so that you are notified on the day and time that we start the room, inshallah. So again, that's what I got for right now, but you might, again, see me a little bit later, where I'm going to talk about what we're doing tomorrow as it relates to halal investing, or investing in general, learning the skill of trade, inshallah. All right. Again, subhanaka Allahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Ameen. And again, be resilient, inshallah. Have a good rest of your day, afternoon, morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace. I always have difficulty figuring out how to end on TikTok. Let's see. Here we go. Bismillah. Yes. And now.